1969, a day when the Apollo 11 just reached the moon and Neil Armstrong took his step on the moon. Great achievement for the Earth and NASA. But when you hear me what I'm going to say, you're gonna be surprised. Did the moon landing ever happen? Was it just a video edited by Hollywood? Or it did happen, but with the help of a party that you would not even like to hear from in your nightmares? Oh, such a beautiful scene. Only if it would have been real. So, I'm going to tell you a very surprising thing. You may find me crazy, but let's see what are your views after watching all this. Trust me, it's gonna change your views. NASA took help from
Nazis. Ja, Nazis.
Dass ich fleißig gewesen bin, dass ich gearbeitet habe, dass ich mich in diesen Jahren für dich eingesetzt habe, dass ich anständig meine Zeit verwendet habe im Dienste meines Volkes.
Winning the race to space, and the United States was struggling to catch up.
I asked you, sir, what are we going to do about it?
After so many setbacks, what lengths would the Americans go to surpass their superpower rival?
Seeing if they could knock a Russian satellite out of orbit or completely destroying a Russian satellite.
So it was trailing far behind the Soviets in the race to space. Even before NASA had opened its doors in 1958, the USSR had already launched Sputnik into space, the world's first artificial Earth satellite.
But why take Nazi party as their helpers when there were so many great powers? The reason is that Germans excelled in arms and missile technology.
Landing. Apparently, a secret U.S. government operation back in the 1950s to bring former Nazi scientists.
Nazis?
Yes, into the U.S. to help start the space program.
At the start of World War II, German engineers were already developing rockets for space exploration. But then the command from the Third Reich was, make these rockets into weapons. This led to the development of the V-2 in the late 1930s. It was a game changer, the world's first long-range guided ballistic missile. The German rocketeers had learned to generate enough thrust to deliver one-ton payloads of high explosive 200 miles across the European continent. The Germans were building these rocket missiles at a breakneck speed. The V-2 was such an effective delivery system that it provided the basis for the present-day Scud missile.
I 100% believe that the U.S. was so desperate to beat the Soviets to the moon that they would recruit Nazis to gain access to their technologies. I've seen the evidence that proves this.
So, an investigative reporter, Linda Hunt, who herself reported this thing of Nazi scientists in NASA, she gave a statement about this and it's quite authentic. Now let's hear what Linda has to speak.
I've known about Linda for years. She's won awards for her investigative
So I
journalism.
started declassifying the files of the Germans who were brought over. It was a long struggle. I mean, it was terrible.
So what did you have to do to uncover all the details about this part of it?
Hardcore research, which I love. A lot of library research, backgrounding, and then went after the records.
Mm-hmm. How many people were brought over on Operation Paperclip?
1,500.
Werner von Braun, the main head of the space mission, came out to be a Nazi. Oh, NASA.
This is just the tip of the iceberg. There are lots of conspiracies like this, like fire in the cockpit, killing Armstrong, Hollywood conspiracy. There are tons, but we only mentioned the most prominent one. Hope you like this documentary. Thank you.